So first off, what have the last 6 months been like, especially with the way the season ended, playoffs and all that kind of stuff? What has the last 6 months been like for this program?
It was a little bit of rough transition at the end of the season for sure. We definitely felt like that we were one of the teams that should have had an opportunity to compete in the playoffs, and that was out of our control. And even with the NCS changes in the playoff structure, partly because of those reasons, I believe, we still kind of took it upon ourselves to control what we can control. And so we looked at the offseason or the preseason schedule and said, okay, let's go out and go after the teams that made it when we didn't. So we scheduled Clayton Valley, we scheduled Amador Valley. We got a game against Frontier in Bakersfield. Some quality teams. Definitely just going after guys this offseason to, one, prepare ourselves for the tough season that we have, but number two, to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that we're ready.
What has the last 6 months been like for you, kind of after beating Heritage, just being edged out of the playoffs and stuff like that? Well, how has that motivated you going into the season?
Definitely put a chip on our shoulder, or on my shoulder, because I feel like we got cheated out of it. I think we should have been in it, but definitely just made me want to work harder.
This has been a young team that's kind of grown together. How big is that going into this season? Because last year it was very raw, but you still had to see certain guys. Now it seems like it does seem as if it's a more cohesive unit overall, so to say. How does that kind of help you guys kind of go into next season? How's that help you guys go into next year?
We've all grown a lot to being mature, from that aspect, to in the weight room getting faster. Coach Seibel has really helped us a lot, on that part of it, getting faster and getting stronger. So I'd say that plays a big role in how we've come together more.
Is this year in a way, and I asked Coach about this, is it this year kind of like that revenge tour type season? If you look at the way last year went, I know a lot of people, the biggest game I think people circle is Los Gatos, just because of how that went down and kind of that seemingly being the one that kind of held you out. Is this the revenge tour year?
Oh, for sure. And even you just saying that just gave me chills right there. I can't wait to play these teams. I've worked my butt off this offseason. My guys have worked their butt off this offseason. We come out here early morning, late at nights. We really want this, and we know we can take it. We have all the guys. We're gonna do our thing on the field every Friday night.
It's a big revenge tour for us. We definitely should have made it. So a lot of us are wanting to expand on what we did last year. So
the NCS obviously a lot different. We kind of talked a little bit about it, but now that it is Max Prep's base, it's not really a committee per se. Obviously, Division I playoffs is a thing, but Open, if you guys play your cards right, Open is not exactly unattainable. How much does that push you guys to really kind of hit the ground running and really have that kind of season? So to say?
Pushes us a lot, makes us want to work harder. I feel like a lot of people have been wanting to become better, and more people joining, wanting to be a part of our group, because they saw what we had last year and they just wanted to be a part of that.
How do you feel you've going into
I feel a lot more confident for sure. I can go on the field with anybody and I can compete with anybody. My athletic ability has gotten way better. I've gotten faster. My arm's gotten stronger for sure. I could put it in windows that I wasn't able to put it in last year. Just being out here in team and running the ball around. It's been great, and my confidence is just through the roof.
Do you feel as if he has a better grasp of the team, so to say? I know, when you're coming up as a junior quarterback, everyone's kind of looking at you, but it is a big load to carry. Senior year, now with a year under his belt, do you feel he kind of feels as if he's the guy kind of taking that responsibility, so to say?
Yeah, absolutely. And even last season, as a junior, he was taking on that leadership position, that leadership role. And it comes natural with the quarterback. You kind of have to. So he stepped into that well last season. He earned the players' trust. He genuinely cares about his teammates. His teammates love to play for him. So that says a lot, and that already happened last season. So coming into this season, those relationships he continues to build. The kids love him; they want to play for him. So to take that next step as a senior leader, he's done very well to do so.
And then defensively, I know a lot of eyes gonna be on David, kind of coming in, talk about where he is, and see sophomore year now going through his junior season. I mean, he's been making a statement. He made a statement like how last year, now going to this season, where do you feel his growth is?
Well, we're excited to kind of see, and for him, yeah, he was a sophomore last year, but with his strength and his ability just to compete and his motor, it's infectious, and we have a lot of young players on that defense. I think we had 8 starters that were sophomores last season, and that was tough, especially against good quality 8 teams. They kind of find a way to wear you down. 1 year ahead. Now we have these sophomores with experience, the juniors, a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger, and another year under the same scheme, is kind of really helping these guys. And I think our defense is really going to step up to the challenge.